In the glorious year 1986, nestled in the proud mountains of Colorado Oblast, lies the model commune of South Park Grad. Here the children are pioneers of tomorrow, guardians of ideological purity, and witnesses to the inevitable march of history. The town operates under the wise guidance of Party Secretary Comrade McDanielsky, whose leadership has brought unprecedented prosperity. Food rations are distributed fairly, dissent has been eliminated, and the children attend South Park Grad Elementary, where they learn the sacred principles of Marxist-Leninist thought. Mr. Garrisonoff proudly teaches gender studies under Marxism, a groundbreaking course which concludes that there are exactly two sanctioned worker categories, male and female tractor operators. Among these model students stands Comrade Cartmanov, an exemplary party youth leader. His dedication to ideological purity is matched only by his enthusiasm for reporting counter-revolutionary behavior among his classmates. The cafeteria serves only the finest revolutionary cuisine, borscht, and the mysterious gray substance known as State Nutrient Block 47. Its ingredients remain classified for reasons of national security. Comrade Buttersoft's smiling face adorns every cafeteria wall, captioned with uplifting slogans such as "Eat harder, chew faster, obey better." He is the very model of the ideal Soviet child, cheerful, obedient, and destined for an early grave in the labor camps. Comrade Kenny, proud representative of the working class, so beloved by the revolution, meets his first glorious end during the Great Famine of '86, a tragic yet inspiring example of self-sacrifice through starvation. Though the party assures citizens that hunger is a sign of ideological strength, Kenny's strength ultimately proved insufficient. It would not be his last contribution. Kenny perished for the revolution in many glorious ways, crushed in a collapsing coal mine, frozen stiff in a bread line, vaporized in a failed rocket test, and finally, heroically, in nuclear fire. No child gave more for equality. Meanwhile, Randy Marshov embodies the Soviet everyman. Currently employed as state geologist, he spends his evenings consuming potato vodka and studying for his next career transition, as mandated by the 5-year plan. But Randy's world changes forever when he discovers a forbidden artifact buried in his backyard, a capitalist propaganda magazine from the decadent West. Sweet Lenin, look at all this excess. As Randy becomes obsessed with Western decadence, the town faces a crisis. Party Secretary McDanielsky has mysteriously vanished. Some say she was promoted. Others whisper of late-night visits from men in black cars. Into this power vacuum steps our young hero, Comrade Cartmanov. At age 9, he demonstrates the political instincts of a seasoned revolutionary. His first act, establishing a new order based on the sacred principles of Cartmanovist thought. Citizens of South Park Grad, I have seized power to protect you from counter-revolutionary elements. All food rations will now be redistributed more efficiently. Cartmanov's economic reforms prove immediately successful. By consolidating all food supplies under his personal supervision, he eliminates the inefficiency of individual consumption. The people grow thin, but their leader grows strong. His devotion to the collective is unmatched. When his own mother refuses him imported Pop-Tarts, he denounces her for bourgeois snack hoarding. She is sent to the re-education canteen for reflection and involuntary fasting. His next innovation, the establishment of the Cartmanov Youth Secret Police. Children are encouraged to report suspicious behavior, unauthorized laughter, and insufficient enthusiasm for the revolution. Comrade Cartmanov, Comrade Buttersoft reports, I saw Kailovich reading a book that wasn't Das Kapital. Stan Marshenko, the last sane man in South Park Grad, quietly suggested everyone just chill out and play hockey. He was immediately denounced for defeatism and suspected Canadian sympathies. As Cartmanov's power grows, so does his paranoia. He begins to see enemies everywhere, particularly in his former friend Kailovich, whose questions about food distribution and civil liberties mark him as a dangerous intellectual. This isn't real communism, Cartmanov. It's Premier Cartmanov now, you counter-revolutionary Jew. Kailovich is arrested on the spot and subsequently executed with a ceremonial ice pick on Karmanov's orders. The purges begin in earnest. Teachers, parents, and classmates disappear in the night. To power his growing industrial empire, Cartmanov commissions the construction of South Park Grad's first nuclear facility. The project is overseen by Chief Engineer Dyatlov, a man whose confidence is exceeded only by his incompetence. Comrade Cartmanov, this reactor is perfectly safe. Nuclear reactors don't explode. It is physically impossible. In an efficiency measure, Dyatlov used the glossy pages of Randy Marshoff's forbidden Playboy as makeshift insulation for the reactor core. Experts later described this as a bold experiment in capitalist containment. As the reactor begins its maiden operation, Kenny returns from the dead to work his first shift at the power plant. His experience in the space program has prepared him well for this new opportunity to serve the state. The reactor performs exactly as Chief Engineer Dyatlov predicted, which is to say, it explodes with the force of 45 megatons of atomic justice, spreading radioactive equality across the entire region. The plant explodes in a massive fireball. Kenny is vaporized instantly. Oh my marks, they killed Kenny with nuclear fire. As the radioactive cloud spreads across South Park Grad, Comrade Cartmanov addresses his people one final time from his underground bunker, where he has been safely storing the town's remaining food supplies. Citizens, this minor industrial accident proves the success of our nuclear program. The glowing is a sign of revolutionary progress. And so ends our tale of South Park Grad, a town that achieved perfect equality through the simple expedient of eliminating all life within a 50-mile radius. The revolution was complete. The people were liberated from the burden of existence. And somewhere in the radioactive wasteland, Kenny's orange parka glows softly in the atomic wind. Comrades, it is I, Comrade Wally, cultural liaison for the People's Comedy Broadcasting Service. If you enjoyed today's tale of revolutionary progress, consider joining the party here on YouTube for custom emojis and early access, or enlist on Patreon for exclusive behind-the-scenes propaganda. Together, we keep the jokes glowing red hot.